Yes guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Time for a little bit of a poker update here on the famous CMers. The CMers are the players that participate from the CM forums, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a blast on this, just to sort of keep an interest really. So I'll explain who the players are, and then I'll go through with you how it works in terms of table. So, recently into the Premier League, we've got Richard Bosley. Now, Richard Bosley they're all from the forums, but I know them on different levels. Richard Bosley is somebody brand spanking new to the forums. His name on the forums is Richard Bosley. I think he's only been on the forums less than a month, but he jumped in on the poker, and here he is. He's played 7. He's at the bottom. We've played 7, no table wins, scored points at 17, and a PPG, points per game, of 2.42. There you can see the points table right there. We must have at least 5 participants in any nighttime game. Anything less than 5, we just keep it as fun. Anything more than 5, we put it into points. And there you can see, if you win, you get 10 points. But you'll also get an additional point just for participating. So basically, if there's 10 of us, which we've had, then at least anyone that comes last, 9th, 8th, 7th, they'll still get the point. In 12th place, new to the Premier League, is Cope, aka Andy, who of course, Andy, I had a very successful 6-man game with him. I've had several games of Andy over the years. We had a 6-man network game, we had a 5-man network game, I had a 4-man network game with him, a guy called Gary and Andy's brother, and it's great to see Andy participating in the poker. 7 games, 24 scored, no wins yet. PPG 342. Both Richard and Andy came into the Premier League last night. I'll explain how, why in a moment. In 11th place, Virgil van Dijk. That is Neil. Neil has participated in almost every game. 19 games. He's had 1 table win. 69 points scored in total. PPG of 3.63. Now, the one game that he did win, it actually, in theory, we have a couple of people that participate that are not CM related. I call them CMers. And the agreement is, if anybody comes in the points that's a non-CMer, everybody is welcome, just so you know, is a non-CMer. Let's hypothetically say, and I actually know who it was. It was my wife, Annie, that won the table that night. And Neil came second, or Virgil van Dijk came second. But because Annie's not a CMer, Neil gets awarded a place up, and so on and so on. So that's how that works. So I should also point out, right, your table wins here, which is your second column, is also deemed as your goal difference if the PPG is level. Remember that. Remember that. Okay, into 12th place, Scarlet 1. Scarlet 1 is, of course, Matt from my game on. Played 13, no table wins yet, scored 52, PPG of exactly 4 on the nose. 9th place is Dermatron. Dermatron's one of the massive update director, I think he is, from the forums. Played 17, 1 table win, 68 scored, 4 PPG. Now, he's given 9th because he's bang level with Scarlet, but he has got 1 table win to his name. Hold that 4, because in 8th place is Peppy P, who played 13, 2 table wins, 52 points scored, PPG 4. So those 3 players in 8th, 9th and 10th, Pep is officially 8th, Dermatron is officially 9th, Scarlet is officially 10th. And as I said, I've done that because I use table wins as a form of goal difference. That is the only thing that I'm using as a form of goal difference. In 7th place then, we've got London 35, aka Ian from my 3-man game, Pep and Ian. Sorry, I didn't explain who Pep was, did I? Pep is Pep from my nephew / 3-man game. London 35 is Ian, also from the 3-man game. Me, Pep and Ian have that marathon of a game. We're into season 143, 44, something like that. Now, London picked up his biggest result last night. He got his first table win when there were 6 of us. Now, it's funny because we had a game beforehand and there weren't 6 of us, there was only 4 of us. So that win, he won that one as well, but that one weren't a points game. We played another one because Andy and Dermatron joined, and London held firm to win it again, and a massive, I'll call it 10 points for the win. Everybody gets a point. A massive 10 points there. Of course, if you do have a game and you come out the top 6 and you get that mingy point, then it does not do your PPG very good. Okay, into the top 6 now then. Rednap69 from the forums, very familiar face, does a lot of work interaction, very knowledgeable, and I forget what his role is on the forums off the top of my head. It's something important. But Rednap played 13, 3 table wins to his name, 61 points scored, and at 4.69 PPG. Into the top 5 now then, Reese played 7, 1 table win, 33 points scored, 4.71. So basically, the way I did it is, anybody that had played 1 to 3 games, I'd put them in League 1. Anyone that had played 4 to 6 games, I put them in Championship Division. And anyone that has played 7 and above, they're in the Premier League. Because somebody could come in with just 1 game, win it, have a PPG of 11, and not play anymore. So it wouldn't be right to have them in the Premier League at the top if they're not really partaken. So Reese plays when he can. And, as far as I'm concerned, anyone that can get up to 7 games, then that shows that they're playing as much more than most. More about that in a moment. But Reese is sitting pretty with 4.71 PPG. Into the top 4 now then. Reese is part of the forums. Reese does a lot of work, award write-ups, that sort of stuff. I know he does Player of the Month, Member of the Month, that sort of stuff. He does the Member of the Year, and various other bits and pieces. Ebfats from the forums. Eben also does a lot of work with the social media side of things within the forums. Played 10, 1 table win, 51 points scored, PPG of 5.1. Into the top 3 now, we've got Jeffrey. Well, Jeffrey, he is on the forums, Jeffrey. Doesn't do anything specific, but very knowledgeable about certain things. I think he's got a couple of very successful tactics that he's had released. A little bit hit and miss with Jeffrey, where he's not around for a bit. Then he is around for a bit. He's currently around. I think following England's victory over Holland in the Euros, we probably won't see Jeffrey for another 12 years. Okay, PPG, I'm only joking, Jeff. PPG 542. I mean, in 7 games, he's actually done really, really well. His first 3 games were phenomenal, and it's all about consistency. Top 2 then, it's second place, it's myself. Offside Trap from the forums, I'm a network moderator, played 21. Now obviously I've played 21, I've played in every single game that we've played. That's that. 5 table wins, 116 points, but this is why it's important to have PPG as the main position movement. That was Redknapp's idea, brilliant idea, 5.52. And at the top then, Wrexham, aka Tony. Wrexham, fairly new to the forums. I've seen him pop up here and there, played 10, 3 table wins. 3 table wins in 10 games is pretty brilliant, to be fair. 62 points scored and a PPG of 6.2. He's doing really, really well. Credit where it's due. I should point out, we have also got Fods. As it stands, he's in League 1. He's played 3. And I think... Oh, shit. I forget. He's got a PPG of something like 10. He's got a really good score. He's got something like 30 points. I'm sure he's got 30 points in 3 games. The reason, obviously, he's down there is because I need him to play more games. 1 more game will put him into the Championship. There's nobody else in the Championship at the minute. There's just Fods ready to hit his 7th game. But we do keep a log on it. We've also got Trunky, who's played a couple of games. Steve Harl, who's played 1 game. On each of those guys' games, they've only hit a point, so their PPG is actually only 1. But we'll wait for them to hit more games before we enter them into the big league. So, there you see it, I mean, like I say, I think 7 games is a bit more of a true reflection on somebody's ability. I mean, maybe, in all honesty, maybe 10 games is a bit more of a true ability, true reflection. And but I think this is an opportunity for the likes of Ray, Jeffrey and Reese to see how they flare up in their next 3 games. Because the more games you have, I mean, I'm sure you already know this, but your PPG is determined by your points scored divided by your games played. Hence, a very straightforward equation there of 6.2. Very straightforward one for Eben as well, 51 divided by 10. But yeah, it really is enjoyable. And I think last night also, London 35, his first table victory, very, very important. I think Cope was second. That was a big second place for him, because since he started playing Cope, he had some woeful games. His first 3 games were woeful, but it's fair to say his next 3 games have been better. Richard Bosley is a bit here and there, but you know what? It's a long way to go. A long way to go. We had a little bit of miscommunication yesterday. I weren't going to do any game yesterday, but I ended up doing one for 9:30. Then Dermatron and Matt and Andy, they all turned up at 10:30. My fault. So if you want to get into this, guys, it tends to be 10:30 at night UK time, and the link for the poker will be in the Poker Club thread. Now there are 2 different types, right? I did one yesterday, and if I know there's not going to be more than 10 people, I do one type of link where it's very, very easy. People just hit the link, put your name in, put your chip stack. I authorise it, so if you try and hustle me with putting more than the 5,000 that we start with. If I've got a feeling it could be more than 10 people, more than 10 maybe tonight, to be fair, Tuesday the 16th of July 2024. So I do it slightly different. I create it as a multi-tournament where it can have multi-tables, and you have to pre-register on that. And then when we've all agreed to start collectively, 10:30, let's say, bang, I create the tournament, and we get moved onto a tables if necessary, and then we wait for everybody to take their seat, because if you are doing that, you have to take your seat manually, unlike most poker sites. Take your seat manually, and then when we're all good, and I can see that if everyone's good, we can start the tournament. Now, one quick thing, right? I think we had a little bit of a miscommunication on something. When there is multi-tables, and personally, I love multi-tables. It adds a little bit more realism, a bit bigger sort of bigger amount of people. It makes it harder. It makes it more fun. But when you're in the lobby waiting for me to start the tournament, and let's say it's 10:25, we have a lobby chat. There's no filter, so you can swear. Not that I swear, of course. And the lobby chat. Now, that lobby chat is a generic lobby chat. Now, when the tables create and you take your place, you will instantly go onto table chat. So you may be on table 1, I might be on table 2, and let's pretend we're in the middle of talking before I created them, and I'm like, well, you're not there now. But there is a tab where your chat is, table chat, global chat. Personally, I think it just needs to be communicated which chat we're going to use, but not everybody likes to use. I prefer global chat personally. I prefer global chat so we're all on the same hymn sheet, because it's always good to know what's happening on the other table and stuff like that. It's not a massive issue. I think we had a bit of confusion before. So that is the poker then, guys. That is the Poker Club from the CM's point of view. And like I said, if you guys want to participate, then let me know. I am more than happy, particularly on YouTube, because anybody YouTube related is CM related. Let's be honest. Anybody on CM, anybody on my YouTube specifically, will be a CMer. So if you tell me your name on there, and I'm more than and I will put a T in it. So let me know. Realistically though, you probably need to be on the forums to have the link. The other option is, and this is one of my other options, few people that partake and you don't want to be part of the league but still want to play, or you want to be part of the league and you're not on the forums, but you are on YouTube, let me know. I can always send it to you via WhatsApp, Messenger. A couple of the guys, I just send the link to them on WhatsApp. They don't, a guy called Gary Hanks. He's played 2 games. He is a CMer as such, but he's not on the forums. My wife Annie, she's a poker player, but she don't do CM, so she's not in the table. But Gary played a game and he won it, and that was actually a big one. That was 13 people. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Something a little bit different, but still CM related. And I think it's fair to say, sorry, I just thought, going back to talking about CMers, Jeffrey was part of my 6-man game. When I had my 6-man game with Andy and Pep and a few of the other guys, Jeffrey was part of it. Jeffrey then pulled out and we went down to 5-man. And Wrexham, I don't know nothing about Wrexham in terms of CM. So that's that. So hopefully then, the next video we can have a few more players that hit 7 games. We're hitting it hard at the minute, in all honesty. We're playing a game almost every day. We have a bit of a knockabout. When I call it a knockabout, if you ever see it on the forums and it says knockabout game or table game, it basically means non-points game. Yesterday, like I said, the first game, there was 4 of us and Annie, which made 5, so I couldn't make that a points game, wouldn't be fair. And then Andy popped up, Cope, and then Dermatron popped up, which made it 6. So, all good. That's it from me, guys. Till next time, take it easy.